Hello everyone, I'm Raylin Zhang from PS Taiwan. This hotel is not the one proposed by Biden. However, this one is also a 5-star hotel, and its menus are more suitable for conference and exhibition. This is the appearance of the hotel. It opened in 2015 and is well known for hosting international congress. It has hosted symposium for Pfizer, GSK, and Intel. It also provides the venue for president in May. This hotel is experienced in hosting international congress. Therefore, they have good caring about the food. Halal and the vegetarian foods will be well prepared. And this hotel is located in the center of Taipei City. We will arrange shuttle bus to take the participants from the airport to the hotel. And this is the picture of the room. And this is the ballroom. And this is for the workshop. And this is our schedule. Lay out our World Congress main themes, scientific symposium, and the education symposiums. Everyone may be a bit confused about the topic. Why do we choose this topic? There are a few reasons for choosing the topic. First of all, the field of issues was very systematically discussed in the IPSF Congress. Moreover, according to the role of the pharmacist, the 7-star pharmacist proposed by WHO, a good pharmacist should be a caregiver, decision maker, communicator, leader, manager, lifelong learner, and teacher, among which the role of discussion maker and the leader may be resides with the application, the risk of the research of the practice of social pharmacy and the pharmacy administration. And the research files of pharmacy range from...
Okay, the 3 minutes for presentation are up. Would you like to extend the time for presentation for an additional 3 minutes? Okay.
The former is known as pharmacy chemistry, and the latter are clinical pharmacy and social pharmacy and administration. All these fields of study makes up of the pharmaceutical science. According to the definition of social pharmacy and administration by 2016 ACPE accreditation standards, it includes the place of pharmacy in ethics, health system, pharmacoeconomic, epidemiology, policy, and regulation. Although this topic may be a little bit advanced for freshmen and sophomores, we will arrange the speakers to meet up the various levels of the participants with the light to raise the interest of beginners and go deeper for participants with basic knowledge. In the choice of speakers, we plan to invite not only the speakers from Taiwan, but also those from FIP, Western Pacific Pharmaceutical Forums. We are trying our best to invite speakers from the University of Illinois at Chicago, Australia, Korea, and Singapore. And about the budget. In the sponsorships, we plan to ask for financial support from pharmaceutical industries, Taiwan governments, the hotel, and the others. We aim to raise 550,000 euros from pharmaceutical industries. We will apply for government sponsorship from the Ministry for Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education, the Taiwan Food and Drug Administration, the Tourist Bureau, and the Ministry of Economic Affairs. The total amount of government support is around 17,000 euros, and the application of government sponsorship will be open in November. Under 400,000 euros is aimed to be raised from the hotel and the sponsor for other items. This is our sponsor package. Besides the we will focus sponsorship on single items. And this is some information about printing. The price of A2 size poster is around $8. We can help you printing out in Taiwan. And about visas,
would GA like to listen to the end of the presentation? Okay, so wrap it up.
Okay. About visa, we will provide the information on the official website and also send the information to those who need to apply for visa after the registration. And about the party, the welcome party and organized parties will be held right in the Taipei Burial Hotel. There will be 3 theme parties, a pool party, a barbecue party, and a ghost house costume party. The pool party will be held at the Xindian swimming pool, where the barbecue party is held at Huazhong Riverside Park, and the ghost house costume party at the warehouse of Zongshan Culture and Creative Park. Okay, finish.
Okay, so now we will have 8 minutes for questions, and I would like to open the floor for discussion. So I see technical from Caps Canada.
Cassandra, Caps Canada. I don't think there's been any motion to request that the discussion be 8 minutes. Do we need to do that every day?
Thank you. So I will ask GA to show the motion cards regarding the time limit for the period of discussion. So 8 minutes, as we previously agreed. Okay. Thank you, Cassandra, for calling that. So now I have CPSF ratio followed by IPSF culture.
So my question is, how many participants are you planning to host, and how much will be the registration fee?
So it's probably going to be the participant parties of it will be around 400 to 450.
registration fees. About the first section is about $450, and the second section is and $550, and the third section is $6. Yeah.
Up of Portugal, followed by SOP Denmark.
First of all, I want to thank you for your report. I really like it. And I really like the timeline that you made of the preparation. Right? I think it is a really good idea. The rest of the report is really well organized. My question is, do you have any idea of the promotion of the event and to raise the number of participants as this year? For Portugal, it was one of the lights of this event. Thank you.
Can you tell me the question again? I can't hear you. Actually, we have already prepared a poster to give it to everybody, but there are two participants from Taiwan. They were stuck in Hong Kong due to the typhoon. So right now we can't give you the poster. We'll give it later. Facebook group, we will open it later to promote IPS Global Congress next year in Taiwan. Yeah, it's okay.
Sponsorships, as you stated in the PowerPoint, what are the probability of you getting this amount of money from the industry, development, and others? What are the probability of getting this money?
Can you please repeat the question slower and the microphone a little bit? Thank you.
This is a good one. What is the probability of you getting the amount of money from sponsorships, as you stated in the PowerPoint, both from the industry and government and others, whatever that's?
So right now we have already discussed some sponsorship from the government, but so it will be confirmed until November. So it will be confirmed in November. Yeah, and I think it's not a big problem for us to solve the budget. Yeah, everything is in the progress now.
Okay, so just to read out the speaking list, we have IPSF Lebanon, followed by IPSF Slovenia, followed by IPSF Croatia, CAPSI Canada, IPSF Portugal, IPSF Malaysia, CAPSI Canada, and IPSF Australia. Anyone else? You're on the list. We have 1, 2, and Pens Nigeria, CPSF Croatia. So, no, I forgot. IPSF Lebanon, followed by IPSF Slovenia.
Roland, IPSF Lebanon. My question is about the priorities. We have is a clarification actually for the international and auction money. It says pending. Is the event pending or the location? Those are really important ones.
You mean the location? Where is it?
it says under pending. I'm just wondering if the event itself is pending, or you're not sure if you're going to do that these events, or the location is pending.
Actually, they're all confirmed right now.
Location.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I have Shisa Slovenia, followed by CPS Croatia.
Martin Shostakova, Slovenia. Can you please, I think there's a mistake in your budget, in the proposal document on the right, because it says rooms will cost like 2.8 million euros, that's pretty much. Can you please clarify this? And also, can you know again about the sponsorships? How do you kind of guarantee that you get 150,000 euros sponsorship from the industry?
Sorry, wait a second. Sorry. Actually, I answer the second question first. We have right now discussed sponsorship from Pfizer, GSK, and Johnson Johnson, and they promised we have to. They told us that I have to be here to do the report first, and then to report them out the situation right now, like our everyone's decision, and then they can confirm with us about the budget, about sponsorship. And in our experience before, we can always get the money from those nursery in Taiwan. So every year I think we can get 40,000 euro dollars from those industries. So I think it's not a big problem for us. And then the first question, the money from accommodation. Wait a second. It's 89,000 around. Yeah, it's around. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so time for discussion on this report is over. I would like to know if you would like to extend the time limit. 8 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 8 green, 10 red. Okay, 10 minutes. So I have CPSA Croatia followed by CAPS Canada.
Martina, CPSA Croatia. I like to say that from what I've seen, a little bit concerned about the budget because I see that you still don't have anything solid to present to us, and the fee for Congress, which rates from $450 until $600 is pretty high, because you have to keep in mind that not all world regions have the same development rate as Taiwan. So I just want to know if there is a possibility that you change a hotel to the lower budget hotel in case you will not be able to provide the money which you already have in plan.
Yeah, actually we have other hotels on our list, so I think it is possible for us to change the hotel. Yeah, in case that we can, the budget is too high for it. Yeah.
So now I have Capsi Canada followed by IPSF Portugal.
Sandra, Capsi Canada. My only concern is with the first round of registration fees. I believe there's only an exception made for India to have it over the 400 US dollars. No, incorrect, so it can be up to 450. Or, okay, I'm getting off from executive. And just the budget that you presented, so disregard that first session. With the budget presented with the 260,000 euro gap, that's including the registration fees.
Yes, it includes registration fee. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, just a point of clarification. So the higher limit of the amount of the registration fee is 45 euros per night, so 450 for, yeah. Okay. So I have IPSF Portugal followed by my simulation.
Well, of Portugal, first of all, thank you for your report. We also share some concerns about this budget because 260,000 is a big gap. So besides the question made by Croatia about choosing another hotel, what are your other plans to reduce the costs of the Congress in case of two situations, which is in case you don't get the sponsors you are concerned to get, and if it happened like this year, and you get less registrations than the ones you are hoping for. Thank you.
Sorry, wait a second. The information from hotel, they said they still can lower the prices for us if we can get more sponsorship from the industry. And also, the government, they also help us to discuss the money with the hotel for us, so it is still possible for lower the prices for the hotel. Yeah. So we are still trying our best to get a sponsorship from the industry, but we think we can get less sponsorship, so it's not a problem for us.
Because there are some of our teachers, like or maybe the government, the teacher, the professional from the government, they tell us they will help us to find the money and support us. Yeah.
No direct comments. Map the simulation followed by capsicum.
Again, my simulation. Thanks for the presentation. So, as the future of World Congress 20, as the future of World Congress 2017, how do we manage the halal foods and non-halal food services? Is there any separation or the halal foods will be labeled or anything else? Thank you.
Can you repeat the question, please? Put the microphone a little bit away.
So, as the future of World Congress 2017, how do we manage the services of halal foods and non-halal foods for the participants? Thanks.
In Taipei, there are several restaurants, conference from the Muslim associations. So we have a list, and the list told us which restaurant is halal food conference. Yeah. Okay. Do you understand? Sorry.
Okay, so in the speakers list we have CAPSA Canada, IPF Portugal, Panel Nigeria, CPSC Croatia, IPSF Lebanon, IPF again, SNAPS Sweden, and IPF Argentina. Anyone missing? Okay, IPF Tunisia. So CAPSA Canada followed by IPF Portugal.
I see in the report mention of the post-Congress tour from the 10th to the 8th, or from the 10th to the 16th. Would it be possible for you to comment on your anticipated number of participants and any planning that has gone into the post-Congress tour to date? Thank you.
Around 40 participants for PCD, yeah.
Okay, so I have IPF Portugal followed by IPF Nigeria.
Well, about Portugal, first of all, I would like just to comment that it's dangerous to give these kinds of sponsorships as granted. So I advise you to really have some plan Bs to reduce the costs of the Congress in case you don't get those sponsorships. And my question is regarding also the budget. If you would consider to have an official photographer of the Congress, since this year and last year, it happened 2 years ago, it happened and had a good feedback. In case the budget goes well. Thank you.
Yes, we have official photographer for World Congress. Yeah. No? So I think we will ask some students who help us to take the photo. So yeah, the money's not in the budget.
Okay, so time is up. We still have
Spans Nigeria, IPSF Lebanon, IPF Portugal, SNAP Sweden, IPF Portugal, NAPS Australia, CPSF Croatia, and NAPS Tanzania on the list. Would you like to continue discussing, or do you feel comfortable to vote on this report? Green, continue discussing, red, vote. Okay, so green for 10 minutes, red for 5. Okay, I'm confused. Okay, I will, since we have a lot of speakers, I will go with the 10 minutes. It was half, so 10 minutes more. Technical from Athens, Tunisia.
Clear Tunisia, list of speakers again, please.
Okay, the list of speakers is LPSA Lebanon, and Nigeria first, LPSA Lebanon, IPF Portugal, SNAP Sweden, IPF Tunisia, NAPS Australia, CPSA Croatia, and NAPS Tanzania. So Pans Nigeria followed by LPSA Lebanon.
Aaron Pans Nigeria. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you for the report. I think it looks really good. However, I also want to reiterate the concerns regarding the fees, especially because we don't have a specific amount. You might know members of IPSF from Afro region also have problems when it comes to visa acquisition. And so I'd like to know if you would have plans to, besides sending invitation letters to probably have Ministry of the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Taiwan contact the Okay, sorry.
I will ask James to clarify on this.
Just a point of information, there is a motion on force that requires all reception committees to contact the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs Ministry. So it is a motion on force already. It is compulsory to do.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, can we get a visa to Taiwan from the Embassy of China? Because
basically, we just can question it. We are not sure if there's a Taiwan embassy in Nigeria.
Can you please speak up?
We are not sure if there's a Taiwan embassy in Nigeria.
No embassy in Nigeria.
I'm not sure.
does the Embassy of China issue visas to Taiwan?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Okay, so they will look into it, and can we?
We are looking for right now, so wait just a second.
I will pause the timer.
We have the mission of the ROC Taiwan in Nigeria, so you can apply your visas in the mission of the ROC Taiwan. We have the government.
Okay, so point of information from James.
Just a quick point of information, guys. People's Republic of China and Taiwan. There is a very sensitive relationship between those two countries. It's tough to even say the words like that because there's a very sensitive relationship, especially with you. So just be aware that they are separate entities.
Okay, so we have IPSF Lebanon followed by IPSF Portugal.
I just want to emphasize on the budget, so please take our comments that we should go back to try to find, to have a plan B in case you weren't able to get, because you were saying that you don't really have a plan B because you're sure you're going to get them, but just in case something wrong happens, try to have a plan B.
Thank you. IPSF Portugal followed by SNAP Sweden.
IPSF Portugal. As you might know, one of the concerns this year and one of the topics that was raised this year was regarding to the postal presentation. And in your budget, you say that you have 2,205 euros for that in your budget. But during your presentation, you said that you have 8 euros allocated for postal presentation. So I would like to know if people have to pay to you 8 euros or not for the postal printing. And what is 2,200 euros in the budget for that?
They have to pay this not in the budget, yeah. I think so. We have to print something for the industry, like this one sponsor from industry, and also we have a poster we print here. Yeah.
So, SNAP Sweden followed by IPSF.
Marianne, SNAP Sweden. I'm just wondering, what is it covered in the insurance? What's covered in the insurance? The insurance.
Medical, travel. I think it's probably these two, yeah, travel and medical.
Tunisia, then Absus Red.
Many Tunisia, thanks for the presentation. Just wondering about the workshops. I know in the guidelines you mentioned we'll be discussing the topics afterwards, but I have a question concerning the topics of the workshops. Do you already have something in mind for innovation and the topics are limited? Thank you.
Our topic is like how to laws influence development and approve of new drug product, and what is the influence of newly developed product on health and health economic. It's like that. We have topic, yeah.
Have IPSF followed by TAPSA Tanzania.
Petra, IPSF Croatia. My question is, have you already signed any contracts with sponsors, accommodation providers, or with the venues for the projects you mentioned in the report?
We have the contract with Taiwan Pharmacists Association and Taiwan Pharmacists Association, and they respond first. And now the contract with Pfizer is going in progress.
Okay, so we just passed the limit. We have one more entry, two more entries. TAPSA Tanzania and PSU Thailand. Would you like them to pose their questions and then we can close the discussion? Ready, yes. Okay, I see mostly green, so we will have these two questions. So, TAPSA Tanzania followed by PSU Thailand.
Thank you. Director from TAPSA Tanzania. I would like to congratulate everyone for the readiness to host the World Conference, and I think everyone here would like to be there in the next year. So, I want to know, as part of motivation, did you think maybe to reduce the registration fee to the participants of this World Conference, that many of them can attend the next World Conference? Thank you.
TAPSA Tanzania, just to make sure, it was just a comment on the registration fee to lower it. Yes?
Yeah, it's just a comment. I would like to know if it's possible.
Due to currency devaluations, 400 euros in 2014 currently equals approximately 50 and 455 euros now. And furthermore, the cost of living in Taipei is equal high. Therefore, we hope to set our phase 1 registration fees at 450 euros with reference to the 420 euros registration fee for 61st IPSF World Congress in India. In 2015, however, we are considering lowering the numbers to the range of 400 to 420 euros if we could secure stable and sufficient sponsorship by the member.
Okay. PSUT Thailand.
Well, I'm from PSUT Thailand, so I just would like to say thank you for your decision to be host IPSF 2017. It is very interesting and I will support your team as well as I can. Thank you.
Okay, so the floor for discussion is now closed. Thank you both. You can return to your seats. So we will vote on motion 66 that reads this the 62nd IPSF General Assembly approves and adopts the report of the chairperson of the reception committee of the 63rd IPSF World Congress 2017. All those against approving this report, please raise their voting cards up high. Any abstentions? All those for this report? Okay, you can lower your voting cards, and PSA Taiwan, you can tell your sponsors that your report has been approved. Congratulations. Technical penalty.
I want to comment you please correct the spelling of the game, the previous motion.
What
The spelling of the game, please correct it.
Where?
Again,
Yes. Okay, so we're moving to motion 67, which reads, is the 62nd IPSF General Assembly adopts the theme of the scientific symposium as mapping the future pharmacy R&D, novel research in the interplay between pharmacy and society. I would like to open the floor for discussion on this motion. As I see no comments or questions, I will close the floor for discussion and we will vote on this motion. All those against, please raise your voting cards up high. Any abstentions? Motion carried unanimously. Capsi Canada.
It's Andrew Caps Canada. I realize we just voted on that one very quickly before I had to read, but should it state that it's for the 63rd World Congress? Like, should it state what the scientific symposium is for?
Can I have, can you propose to reopen the floor for discussion on this motion?
I would like to propose the motion to reopen the floor for discussion.
Thank you. I'm going to see who it was. So I will say CPS separation. I open. Sandra, I need just to rephrase it to reconsider the motion. Okay.
Because Andrew Caps Canada, so I'd like to make a motion to reconsider the previous motion.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So I will second it by CPS separation. Anyone against this motion? Okay, so I'll open the floor for discussion on motion 67. Capsi Canada.
Just a friendly amendment to state that it is the scientific symposium of the 63rd IPSF World Congress.
Does the exco agree with this change? Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions on this motion? As I see none, I will close the floor for discussion. Anyone against motion 67? Okay, so anyone against motion 67? Any abstentions? Carried unanimously. Okay, so motion 68 reads, is the 62nd IPSF General Assembly adopts the theme of the educational symposium of the 63rd IPSF World Congress as seeing beyond the remedy, preparing the future pharmacies. I would like to open the floor for discussion on this motion. Plans Nigeria.
Plans Nigeria. I was just wondering if anyone, either executive committee or obviously 6 or assembly, like what Congress can give motivation and that need is more encouraged relates to the education system.
Okay. So we three will clarify and provide protection for this field.
Okay, so motivation to be seen follows the overall theme of looking at social and administrative pharmacy. And so going beyond just like the pharmacotherapy aspect of medication, but looking at where else pharmacists are involved and educating pharmacists to be able to handle, things like drug shortages and drug pricing, and basically preparing them to handle all the other aspects of medication.
Thank you, Vicky. Any other comments or questions? As I see no further comments or questions, I will close the floor for discussion and we will vote on this motion. Anyone against this motion, please raise your voting cards up high. Any abstentions? Motion carried unanimously. We will now move to motion 69 to introduce the 62nd IPSF General Assembly co-ops Mr. Okay, Mr. Chang. PSA Taiwan onto the Executive Committee 2016-17. So I would like to open the floor for discussion on this motion. As I see no comments or questions, I will go pass adjourn.
Can we identify the individual?
Can we, Mr. Chilman Chan, please stand up? Thank you. Any other comments or questions? At Tunisia?
At the Tunisia, can we have an overview of the IPSF experience in Mr. Chan?
Can someone, technical from CAPSI Canada?
Cassandra Cassiana, this is just a call out to exec. This isn't a voting member, correct? So this is just for him to be a part of the meeting so they can be in contact with him throughout the procedure.
So which, at Tunisia still like to know about?
Yeah, just a question about IPSF experience. I know it's not a voting for person itself, it would be going to, just for information. Thank you.
Can I have scrutineer take the microphone to Mr. Chilman Chan?
This is my third time IPSF World Congress, and my first time is 2014 in Porto, and next year in India, and this year. And I joined the APPS from 2013 in Japan, and 15 in Thailand, and this year in Korea. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
Since I see no further comments or questions, I will close the floor for discussion, and we will vote on this motion. Anyone against this motion, please raise their voting cards up high. Any abstentions? Carried unanimously. Okay, so for today we still have the election of the rest of the regional officers, the regional chairpersons, and also the bids for the 64th World Congress, which you may know it takes a long time to discuss. So I would like to know if you would like to have one more election now, break, and then go to the bids, or if you would prefer to go right now to the coffee break and then have the bids immediately, and that way have an extra 15 minutes for discussion on the bids. Was it clear? Or confusing? Yeah, so green if you want to go for coffee break now, or red if you would like to stay for one more election.
Look at motions committee, so I think what's meant here is that if you want to use the 15 minutes that will be required for an election on the debate or the bid instead. So if we move on to break into the bids, that leaves us with potentially more time for the bids, or if not, we can just have the election on. At least 15 minutes on the bids today.
So once again, break now, green, red for election. Okay, I see a majority of green cards, so I need a proposer and a seconder to suspend the standing orders. I saw KMPSV the Netherlands followed by Whiteley Poland. Anyone against suspending the standing orders? So the standing orders are suspended, and I would like to call James to the stand for the vote. And we will be back. Okay, so I need a proposer and a seconder to resume the standing orders because coffee break is not ready. Okay, so, yeah, so I will go for BPHD Germany, seconded by IPSF Lebanon, because I know you're going on to the... Anyone against resuming the standing orders? Okay, so we're back after 30 seconds break. Okay, so we will move to the election of the chairperson of the African Regional Office 2016-2017. We have received one nomination form from Mr. Arinze. I will read it. Yeah? So I would like to call Mr. Arinzi to the stand to provide motivation for his application.
Morning, official delegates, members of the Executive Committee, IPSFers from all around the world. My name is Arinze from Kans, Nigeria. I will be honored to serve the Federation in the office of Chairperson of the African Regional Office. And the motivation stems from my long-standing involvement with IPSF. From when I led the cause towards the balanced Nigeria in the Federation back in 2013, then as the National President of Pharmaceutical Station of Nigerian Students. And then I joined the Public Health Committee, and then I became official delegate representing Parts Nigeria from Porto to Hyderabad and here in Florida. My president, Israel and his team, the regional working group of Afro, have done a lot of work in the region, and I feel that it will be an honor to continue the work and probably work with the team to provide solutions to some of the problems we have in the region, from mobility to access to internet to capacity building to communication. I hope that if you're the chairperson of the region, work really closely with the rest of the regional working group and the members of the executive committee to strengthen some of the weak spots of the region, hopefully become really competitive with other regions. I'll be very happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Arinze. So I would like to open the floor for discussion. I have LPSA Lebanon followed by CPSA Croatia.
LPSA Lebanon. My question is your planning, it's just that planning ideas for the position of the training. Can you please elaborate on the multi-function? Do you know that?
Well, can you repeat the question, please?
In the application form, it says the plan and ideas for the position is training. One of the ideas is training. I'm just wondering what the training for what the training.
Okay, so we realized that one of the main problems of the region is that some member associations lack the adequate training to some basic things. For example, we realized during the member association applications, some of the presentations weren't as good as they should be, and so we think there will be a need for us to encourage in-house training within member associations. And then for things like the training and development plan, we are also looking at the possibility of decentralizing the TDC to, for example, have 2 or 3 different TDCs happen in the region, in West African region, Eastern African, and the Southern African. That way, members can benefit from such trainings.
CPSA Croatia.
Petra, CPSA Croatia. So, thank you for your presentation. My question would be, if I remember well, last year I wrote a conference in India. You applied for chairperson of public health. Can you provide the motivation for you change your mind and apply for the chairperson of Congress instead of public health?
Thank you. So yes, I applied for a position of chairperson of public health last year, and it was obviously because of the passion that I had for the portfolio. And yes, I still do have that passion. But then I realized that being chairperson of the African Regional Office will give me the opportunity to channel much of that passion through the region, because as you may know, a lot of the public health concerns that we have globally right now are
they are mostly held in the continent. So I feel that with the work with the chairperson of public health and members of the regional working group, we can see how we can even amplify public health programs in the region.
Thank you. CPSA Croatia.
Okay, CPSA Croatia. I'm just looking at your application form on my Google Drive, and I can't really see it. I think it's a problem with the file or something. Norberto can see it as well. So I don't know if you can maybe show us it here. And I have a question for you. As I can see what are your future plans, so I'm curious about what would be the first thing you plan to do if you are elected for this position.
So if I got your question correctly, you would like to know my future plans and what I would do when I become chairperson. So what I plan to do is to identify the problems that we are having in the region, and some of those problems are sustainability of the commitment from member associations. So for example, this year we may have a member association that is really committed, and then next year there's probably a change in leadership, and then there's lack of commitment. So we want to see how we can utilize the office of the regional relations officer to ensure sustainability of commitment of member associations, but I think that will drastically improve membership information in the region. I think that's really important. And then we'll see how we can encourage, especially the CPs, to have constant internet access. And then the issue of language barriers, it's really difficult to communicate with yourselves. Take West Africa, for example. The neighboring country, Nigeria, is a French-speaking country, and it's really difficult for us to communicate with each other. So we want to see how we can encourage member associations to come up with people who can translate. Of course, use the Office of Regional Relations Officer to help with translation so that we can easily communicate with each other.
So in regards to the issue with the nomination form, it has also been printed out and it is right in the back of the room. So we have Office 11 on next.
For the step, how well are the problems after having with the step, and what is your plan for next year for this program?
I got your question correctly. What are the plans for SEP in the region? Okay, so what we realized is that we have very few member associations who have good SEP programs. Rwanda, for example, Zimbabwe. Then other member associations don't really have good SEP plans, and this is the result of lack of collaboration between the member associations and hosting institutions like universities or places of placement. So what we want to do is to encourage member associations, say Bank Nigeria, for example, to come up with a strategic partnership with the association and universities and placements as well, so as to improve SEP in the region.
I have taps of Tanzania.
We are very strong from Tanzania. As Afro, we have been fielded request this World Congress, but our participation is not so much promising. What do you think are the setbacks, and what can be done to make us attend more World Congress?
Okay, thank you for your question. So yes, that's very true. Over the years, IPSF members from the region have shown very little participation in World Congresses. And we realized that the major problem is funds.
little times we are able to afford, especially the flight tickets. So it will amaze you to know that it costs me less to travel to Europe than to travel to Zimbabwe. So what we want to do is to encourage our members to travel safe a little bit more and try to get sponsorships from organizations. And then we also want to see the possibility of making the regional symposium and of shifting the dates for the regional symposium a little bit away from that of the World Congress, because we realize that during the regional symposium we have over 200 participants attend, and then the World Congress, there's no more funds to pay for that, so if we can try to widen the gap a little bit. Of course, this will be subject to the approval of the section committee for the regional symposium, but then it's something we can consider.
Okay, I have IPSF Rwanda.
Further IPSF Rwanda, I would like to ask you, what is your premium goal to reach in your next mandate?
Would you like to know my premium goal? Okay. Actually we have a lot of plans, and I know that the outgoing regional working group already started some projects, and my main goal would be to work really closely with the incoming regional working group to ensure that the projects that were started by the outgoing regional working group are seen to completion, and to, of course, listen to some of our members in the region and try to provide solutions to many of the problems that they have.
It's a question.
Can you tell me how you will support and guide many members in association that are part of IPSF now and after region this World Congress?
What's your question correctly? How will guide them? Okay. So what we want to do is to of course amplify our capacity building techniques through the TDCs that we plan to hold at in-house leadership training programs within the member associations. That way they can be built enough to apply for full member status in the GA. And then of course the members, the countries that were able to attain member association status, we'll see how we can also correct the problems and encourage them to reapply next year and ensure that they are fully part of IPSF.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions? As I see no further comments or questions, I will close the floor for discussion. And thank you, Renzi, for your availability, and we will now move forward to this discussion. Can I please have the live stream switched off? Computers closed. Reframe.